Hi there guys, welcome to this video tutorial where I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can set up a grid for your blog or for your portfolio using the EES grid plugin from the guys over at ThemePunch. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to show you quickly some of the demos that we've set up within our theme here. So we've got the portfolios menu, masonry grid layout. So if I'll just quickly show you these here and just show you the different styles that we've created as part of this theme, and then I'm going to show you how quickly and easily you can set up your own grid for your portfolio or blog. So the first one that we did here was a 3-column grid within the portfolio. You've got your filter up here, you can click that, you can have the different animations for the hovers, for the actual filter on the grid working. So this works down here, and then if we've got a load more button, you can have a load more button. You can also have infinite scroll. So we've got all the different grids down here. So that's the first one. The next one that we did for you, if I just show you a full width one, so we'll do the style 3 masonry full width grid. Just let this page load here, and here you see we've got the full width one and with a different hover effect. It's very nice, is that? And then also we've got a different filter effect here with the portfolio items animating in when we click the filter. So that's the portfolio. Then for the blog, same again, we've got the blog menu, masonry style. So style 1 3-column grid, and this is masonry. So we can see here when this loads, we've got the different posts. So we've got a standard post, a video post. You've got the audio post, the quote post as well, but it's same again really. You've got the different hover effects when you hover over, different filter effects to filter the different blog posts. If I just move on over here to another one that we created, style 2 full width, and here you've got the different hover effects. So this is a nice 3D hover effect there with the buttons, and then if we click the filter, you'll see the different animation effect there to bring the different posts in. So it's a fantastic plugin by the guys over at ThemePunch, and we're happy to be one of the first themes to actually release this plugin within our WordPress theme. So to start this tutorial here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into the back end of our website. So I'm in the admin area of WordPress. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to go down to the plugin and I want to go to ESS Grid. So let's get down there, and then you can see in here we've already got the different default styles that we've set up for you within the Pro Business theme. But as I walk through this tutorial, you'll see how many default presets ThemePunch have put in there. It really is so quick and easy to set up your portfolios and blogs. So I'm going to create a new ESS grid. And the first thing we've got to do is we've got to give this a title. So I'm actually going to create another one here, and we're going to call it a portfolio 1. So we're going to do a portfolio even grid layout, and I'm going to create one style 2 even grid. So that's what I'm going to add to this theme here. So style 2 even grid. So that's the name I'm going to give it. We'll put the alias in there so that it can pick the shortcode up for when we want to put this onto a page within Visual Composer. So then the next tab is the source tab. So we're going to pick out what source of post types we want to use, so you can pick up all the different post types that are within the theme. So we could have a team, a portfolio of the team members, the different pricing options we've got, but we're actually going to use here the portfolio post. So once we click on that, we see all the different categories that we've got for our portfolio. So I'm just going to select all the different categories within here because we've already got all these articles, these items set up within our portfolio post types, and then you set the source order. So this is just the order that we want the different so what this will do is that the first thing that the plugin will look at is the featured image, then it'll look if there's a YouTube video or Vimeo video. So again, that'll all become relevant to you when as you go through this tutorial. So the thumbnail size here, so I always like to choose the large size because I like to keep the quality of the images there. So that's the first thing that we've got set up there. So that's the source tab done. So the grid settings, so this one again, it's going to be full width. It's an even layout, so we're not using the masonry style at this point. And then simple, I'll leave this at simple at the moment because I want to show you what I'm going to set up further down the line here. So we're just going to set, so these here, desktop large, medium, small, always the same for me on these. Tablet landscape, tablet portrait, I always keep them all the same, and then as soon as we get to the mobile we put it into one column. So that's how I set things up. So the pagination, so at the moment I'm going to change that to disable the pagination, and we're going to tell it to have an infinite scroll. So as soon as the user scrolls down the page, it will load more items. And then because we're full width and we've got 4 items on a row, I'm going to set that to 12, well, set it to 16 items. So it means that it'll load 4 rows up, and then when the infinite scroll comes in, we're going to load another 2 rows. So lazy load will turn that on. Item spacing, I'm going to set that to 30, no, we'll actually set it to 15 for now. So I'll set that to 15. So that's the grid setting. So then the navigation, whereabouts do we want the navigation? So we just drag and drop the filter into the top there. And these are your drop zone settings here. So do we want it centered, left or right? So we're in drop zone top 2. So the bottom margin, I'm just going to set that to 30. That's the only drop zone that I want in there, because I mean I would drop the pagination in here if I was using pagination within the grid settings, but I'm not, so I don't need to. So then I'm pretty much sure that's all. Yeah, so just how are we sorting these items? So I'm going to do it by date. Where are we here? So by date, and I'm going to do it descending. So that's the navigation setup. So this is the fun part now, is with all the different skins. So the guys at Theme Punch have been working hard with this, and they have all these preset skins in here for you to choose from, so you don't have to start from scratch. So the skin that I want to use, I mean, well, if I just gloss over this with you. So you've got masonry skins, so if we select that there, they show you all the different masonry styles that they've got set up for you, that you can just choose and predefine your blog or portfolio really quickly. And then you've got all the even styles that we have here, with all the different hover effects that you can choose from. There's 3 pages of this, so you've plenty of styles to go at to really create individual websites. So the one that I'm going to choose here is Jefferson. So I'm just going to select that. So all you do to select the skin is click on the blue bar at the top and it'll turn green. So that's the one that we want to use. What kind of navigation skin do I want to use? I'm going to use Simple Light. And then if we scroll down, you can actually see how it gives you a bit of a preview for how things are going to look on there. So it just gives you an idea of how your page is going to look, but it's a lot better once you actually see it on your page. So that's the skin that we're going to choose. Animations, what type of animation do we want to use when the grid filters itself? So let's just use, I think we'll use horizontal flip for this one. And then the video lightbox tab and spinner, I'll not go into this yet, but when you get into using your pardon me, when you get into using your theme, you'll be able to have a look at these tabs and start using them. So that's that grid set up. So if I now save that grid, so that's the new grid set up. So what I want to do now is so we can just see there, style to even grid. So what I want to do is I want to create a new page here. So it's in my even grids in the menu, and it's style 1 even grid. So I'm going to create style 2 even grid. So if I go to pages, so we're just going to create a new page, and we're going to style to even grid. So we've got that there. So the first thing that we need to do to put that onto our page is switch over to Visual Composer and just click the Add Row button there, so we get our row in there, and we just click the plus icon, and then within here, within the Pro Business theme, we've already added a widget for the essential grid. So you can see this here, so we've got essential grid. So all we do is click on that, and then we just choose the grid that we want to display on that page. So style to even grid, so just save that there, and then we're just going to publish that page. So that page is now within WordPress, and the next thing we need to do is assign it to a menu. So if we just go down here, Appearance, Menus, and then we've got it here, style to even grid, so just tick that, add it to the main menu, and then we'll just drag it up and put it in the correct place for where we want it to appear for our portfolio. So here we are, portfolio, even grid layouts, style 2, even grid. So if I just save that menu, now you can see how quickly I'm deploying this page here. So if I go back to the front end of the site, I'm just going to go to the home page just to refresh the menu. And then once that's loaded, I can then move over here to blog, to portfolio, even grid layouts, and here we have style 2 even grid, the page that we've just created, and this will now load onto that page, and then we can start styling the page. So you can see here we've got the grid. Now it's slightly offset here, so I'm going to sort that out as we move along. So what I'll do is I'll go back into the back end of WordPress there, and then I'm going to go back to Essential Grid. Oh no, sorry, I've just realised why that is offset there. What we need to do is if we go back to edit the page, so if we go in here now and I edit this page, what I did forget to do is I forgot to tell it that the row, so we click on the, I'm just clicking away there, we actually click to edit the row here, and we need to tell WordPress that this row is going to be full width, so we just click custom. So we've got a row style of custom here, and that gives us the option to tell WordPress that it is going to be full width. Sorry, there it is. So if I just click save there, update that, and then if we go and view the page, that will sort out the issue that I had there with the grid not showing full width. So this page will now load, and there we go. We've got a perfect full width portfolio. Now, if I just go here and show you the style 1 even grid, now you'll think, oh, that looks pretty similar. So I'm going to change it to be a different style layout grid. So you can see there, that's an even grid with no margin between the actual posts. So if I go back to style 2 even grid, it's exactly the same, but we've got the margin in here. So what I want to do is I want to restyle this grid. So if I go into the back end and we go back into the grid settings, and then once we're in here, if I click on the grid settings tab, so I could change the spacing between the items here. So I'm just going to drop that down to 5. And what I actually want to do is I want to have a different number of portfolio posts on row 1, a different number of portfolio posts on 2 and 3. So what we can do with that there is if I just go up here and we have the columns, so we click advanced, and it allows us to choose how many items are on each individual row. So if I'm going to click the plus icon there, and what we'll do is we'll just set this to, I think we'll have 3 on the first row, so we'll just change that there, and then we'll have 5 on the second, 4th and 6th row. So if we've got that there, we've reduced, and you can see in the preview there what it's actually going to do. So it's showing you how nice this is going to look. So if I save that grid now, and then we go to the front end and just refresh this page, and then the page is just reloading there. So you can see here now it just gives you a totally different look to the other one. So we've got the hover effect, and then we've got the different number of portfolio items on the row below, and the same there. I mean, we could actually change that to be slightly different. If we wanted another value in there, we could put that to 4, and then if we save that, so there we've got 3 on row 1, 5 on row 2, 4 on row 3, and then if we just refresh that page again, it's just kind of giving you a feel for how you can quickly change the settings on this theme. So it just gives it a nice layout look there, a nice brick effect if that's what you want to call it. And you can see the lazy load there, the infinite scroll load, so that the items loaded as I went down the page. So what I want to do now is now I've got the grid set up and everything's on and laid out how I want it to view, is I want to change this skin here, the hover skin, so it matches our theme. So what we need to do now is we need to go into the item skin editor. Now what we've done is, if you just look on the skins here before we leave this page, if you click on selected skin, it tells us that we're using the skin called Jefferson. So if we go down to the item skin editor, and we're gonna clone the skin Jefferson, because I don't want to overwrite it. So that's the skin that we're using there, and we can clone that. So if we just click on the clone button there, and then that'll make a new skin, and then what it normally does, the plugin, is it'll push it to the back of all the skins. So you've got all your skins, and it'll rename it item skin 1. So I know that that's the one. So I want to edit this skin now. So if I click into that, and I'm just going to rename this skin, so it's Jefferson that we're using, so I just rename it Jefferson even style 2. So that's the name I'll give to this skin. So within here now, I mean, the guys over at Theme Punch are going to be creating a very detailed tutorial on how to use the plugin, but I'm just glossing over here to show you how quickly you can create a style with the Pro Business theme. So I'll go through these settings here, but again, if you need more information on them and more details, please see the information from the guys over at Theme Punch. So the first thing that I want to do is the layout composition. So we can leave this as it is because it's even, and the settings that we want are already predefined, so that's fine. So the cover, now the cover is this color here, so I'm going to change this color, and we're actually going to put it into the preset color that we have for our theme. So I'm just going to copy and paste that color in there so you can see how it's changed the hover color here. So if I just what I'll do here now is I'll save this so you can see what's happening as I do it. So if I click the save button, now in the front end nothing's going to change there, because if I just refresh that there, nothing's going to change, because what we need to do, so I'll just wait for that page to reload. What we need to do is we need to reassign the new skin that we've just cloned over to the grid that we are using. So I'll just refresh that again there because it's hanging slightly. So if I do a hover over one of the portfolio items now, you'll see that nothing's changed. So what we need to do is, so the skin that we want to edit is Jefferson Even Style 2. So if I go back over to the ESS grid page with the list of our grids, and then we need to go back into the settings for style 2 even grid, and then we need to select the skin that we've just cloned and we've just made that small edit to. So if we click on even, we can filter it down so it just shows the even styles, and then what it'll do is if we go to the third page, we'll see here Jefferson even style 2. So you can see this is the skin that we've just cloned and edited slightly. So if I click on that there, and then we save that grid, and then if we go to the front end here and then refresh the page, you'll then see if I hover over this portfolio item, the color of the hover has changed. So there you can see that now. So what we need to do is we just need to style these buttons up and make sure everything looks the way that we want it to. So to do that, we need to go back to the item skin editor, and then once we're in there, we need to get to the Jefferson style 2. So I'm just going to click even there, go to the second page, Jefferson even style 2. So I'm going to edit this style here. So we've got the cover. So the layout composition is pretty much set how we need it. We don't really need to change anything in there now, but what we need to do is change the styles of these individual items on the actual skin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this icon here, and then when we want to edit this, we just click on layer settings here. So then once you're on layer settings, you've got different tabs. So if I click on style here, so the idle style of this element here as it looks on there. So what I want to do is I want to put our font in there, Open Sans. Oh no, I don't. Sorry, we'll leave that. It's fine because it's an icon. It doesn't actually matter that. So what I want to do is the font color is going to be our preset color. So I'm just going to change that there. And the background color is going to be white. So it's already selected as white, so we just need to change the alpha. So just slide that up there so you can see this changing over here. I want to get rid of the shadow because you can see a slight black edge into that icon there. So if I go to shadow and just take the alpha down on that, so you can see that move. So that's the idle state of this icon set. So then if I go to the hover state, what we can do is we can reset from idle, so it takes all the settings from the idle state. So if I click on that now, it's just a lot easier to change. So the font color here, I want to make white, so that's white. And then the background color I actually want to set as our hover color for the theme default settings. So we've got that there. So if I hover over that now, we can see how that's taking shape. And then the shadow on the hover state, I need to take that down as well so we don't end up with the blackout. So you can see that happening there. And then also as well, just to show you here, so that's a link icon. If you click on the source tab here, on the link SEO tab, you can link it to a post, so you have all the different options here of where you want to link these icons to. So that's that first icon done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to repeat that process here now with this. So I'll start with the idle state. So I want the font color to be our preset color. So that's got that there. I want the background color to be white, so just turn that up there, and I want the shadow down there like that. So then we just need to change the hover state. I'm going to set reset from idle. So then the font color wants to be white. So that's set there. The background color wants to be our hover color, which is that. So we can do that there, and then we just need to get rid of the shadow, so that's fine there. So what I'll do is I'll say that's it. So what we need to do on here as well is, because we're using some of our preset colors, we actually just need to, on the link and SEO, we just need to force important styles, because this is the way our theme works with this plugin. So to get your styles working, you may have to take this on. You just need to test it in the front end, but that will force the changes that we've made here to take effect in the front end of the theme. So that's the icon sorted with there. So the next thing, if I click on post title, so this now lets us edit the post title. So the style of this, it's an idle state. So the size of the post title I want to be 16 pixels. The color is white. The font is Open Sans 500, I think. No, we'll go for 700. I don't want it in uppercase, so I'm just going to change that there. The source here, limit by, so I only want 140. Sorry, no, the title I'm going to leave as none, so we'll leave that there. So that's that side taken care of. So that's the title taken care of. So then we've got the post excerpt here. So the same again, 13 pixels for the font size is fine. Color white is fine. I want it Open Sans. I want it 500. I don't want it in caps. And then here with the source, I want to limit this by 140 characters. So that's got that there. So that's pretty much how quickly and easily I've created that style, I think. So you can change the animations as well if you wanted to, but again, for this demo, I'm just going to leave them as they are. So I've just saved that skin. So if I now refresh my page here, and that page reloads, and then if we do a hover, you can see now that we've got the styles that relate to our theme here. So it really is a quick and easy way to deploy your portfolios and blogs. Again, with the masonry styles, I mean, everybody loves the masonry styles, but you can create these quickly and easily. And again, so I hope this tutorial's helped you out there and shown you how powerful this plugin is. And if you need any help, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@cmssuperheroes.com. And once again, thanks for the guys over at Theme Punch for creating such a fantastic and powerful plugin. So thank you very much.